Hi, and if you want to personalise and make your own family Christmas banners, today I am going to show you how. Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm the crafter and designer behind this channel, and I'm here to help you get the best out of your Cricut machine and become your own designer. Today we are making custom banners. I'm using my free elf alphabet, so here it is. So this is a new alphabet, and we've got a cute North Pole elf in the North Pole with some North Pole signs, and we've got two different colours. Now you can add to that if you want all of the separate elements. They are available in the shop, so I will drop the link for those so you can get all of the elements, the elves, the snowball and the signs separately. But if not, they're all here in the alphabet, and you can use that to make a custom banner. So whether that's elf's rule, or I've done a Merry Christmas banner, you can make anything you want to make. I've also got dozens and dozens of free printable alphabets, so you can personalize them, you can put names on, you can make them with different themes. But for today, we're going to make a Merry Christmas elf banner. Now I'm using both of my elves. So I've got two sets of elves so that you can use the elves in both colors, and here they are, they're super cute. But you can mix and match them, or you can use one colour or the other. The choice is totally yours. What I love about this banner is that I've used a pattern on it. So if you see there, we've got a cute snowflake pattern on the back. Usually I make my banners plain, but I wanted to add a bit more detail, and I love it with the snowflakes. It really gives the North Pole vibes. I've created that for you. So you've also got the pattern in with the elf alphabet, which are all free, so that you can upload that to Cricut Design Space, and I'll show you how to get it onto your banner. This pattern isn't a repeat pattern. This is a pattern that you're just going to download and make it bigger. And the great thing about this is it's all personalisable. So you can do your family name. You could do the Christie family Christmas. That's my family name. Or if you've got kiddies, you can do messages from the elves. It takes minutes to make. They're really quick and easy to make. You can sit and do this while you're watching TV at night and print and cut them. And then the elves can leave messages for the kiddies. It can leave their names. It can leave all sorts. It could leave clues. So it's a really great way to do that. I'm going to head over to Cricut Design Space and we're going to make elf banners. Let's go. Start by uploading all of your letters to Cricut Design Space. So if you've got a letter that appears twice, you only need to upload it once because you can duplicate it, and you're going to save it as a flat graphic. So pause this in a minute because I'm not going to video me uploading all of the letters because that's just boring. But once you've got them all in Cricut Design Space, then we're going to create the banner. So you're going to go into the free shapes bar, and you want a square or an oblong, and you want a triangle. Once you've got your shapes in place, you're going to unlock your triangle because we want it squashed right down, because we want to use it to make the banner. Then you're going to hover your square over the top, and once you've done that, you want the triangle to be slightly bigger so that it sort of fits inside, but you're not going to get any rough edges. And then you're going to slice it out, and you can see what I mean there, that it's just sliced out that whole section. Then you're going to unlock this shape, and we are going to drag that to make it whatever shape works for you for your banner. But you don't want the point of it too long. You want the body of the banner to be bigger and chunkier than the rest. So now you are going to create an offset, and then on the middle bit you're going to add a pattern. So upload your pattern. So I'm just going to go into find my pattern, and here it is, and I'm uploading it. What you've got to remember is when you click on upload, you can see there you've got to click pattern fill, not image, and then it will go into pattern. So when you go to the top now to operation to print and cut, the pattern's there and you can drag that in. You can adjust it to make your snowflakes bigger or smaller. The reason that I've created an offset on this is because of the white pattern, it won't cut properly. So create a white offset so that it's solid. And now you can start building your banner. So I'm just going to flatten that so that that's flattened. And what you're going to have to do is duplicate every layer as you build it. So once you've duplicated your banner flag, you can then go and add a letter to one of them. So just position it. You want to leave a bit of the space at the top because you want to put holes in and flatten. And then you're just going to go through exactly the same with every banner flag. Drag one over, put a letter on, flatten, making sure that you duplicate your flags so that you don't run out, because you'd have to go back and unflatten it. Not the end of the world, but it just saves time to do it in order. So build your flags up. Just remembering that you're building a word, so keep checking to make sure that you've got all the right letters. I did miss a letter when I was building and then had to go back in and reprint it, which was a pain because I had to use a whole piece of paper. But you can see now how they're building up really nicely, and I love the pattern. So you can leave your background white, but I just think that this pattern works perfectly. And as I say, I've made that pattern for you. It's free to download, so you can grab that. Now the last thing we're going to do is I've just uploaded my North Pole sign. This is in my elf element kit, so I will drop the link below for that. So I think that's £1 for the whole kit, and you get the elves, the snowballs. You don't have to use that. You could just get a snowball or something if you've got Design Space access, but that set's there available also if you want it. So I'm going to flatten that, and that's just going to make each end of my banner. So that works really well just to finish and close off, if you will, the look of the banner. So you can duplicate that, and then you've got two, one for each end. And now we're ready to start to send it to print and cut. So what you're going to do first is I put mine all together, just stack one on top of the other. You could just select them all in the line. I don't know why I didn't do that. But once you've got them all together, you can size them and make sure that they're the right size to send to print and cut. It depends on how many you want to get on an A4 piece of paper. You can get more on if you screenshot it and cut them out by hand, but I think it just takes too much time because you've got the V. So this is just the easy way to do it. So they were too big, so I've just gone in and made them a little bit smaller. And now I'm ready to send to the printer. So send to the printer, click next. I'm going to leave my bleed on for this one. Use system dialog and then press print. Reduce Design Space down, and behind it you want to choose best quality. And now you can set to cut. So I'm going to choose heavy cardstock or more on a green cutting mat. And it's been sent to the printer, and here it is printing out, and already they look amazing. I love the pattern. But oh my god, how cute is that? So I've got a white offset on that as well, and it's got a bit of a bleed on just so that it can read it, but I'm thrilled about how they've turned out. I love that pattern. So it's reading the lines, and what you've got to make sure when you put your paper on is that it's in exactly the same direction as you see it on Design Space, not upside down, because it's reading the actual format, how it sits within the lines. As here's the last sheet of our banner, so I'm just going to flip that and pull that off. So we could have put holes in when we cut it, and I don't know why I don't. I should, but I didn't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to easily do it in bulk, and I just use my hole punch for this. So here we go. So we've got all of the banner there, so we need to put that in order, and then I'm going to use red string to string it on, just because I think that will be a nice contrast. And then I'm going to get them in just little lumps. They're all the same size, so it's easy to do. And then just pop your hole punch on the corner. You want that so that that's sitting in the middle, and there you go. So as I say, you can do this on your Cricut, or you can do this after. The only thing is if you make a mistake, but as long as you get that point in the corner, you can do a few at a time, and it does go through it really well. So it does handle quite a few at a time. Get it in the right place. You can see there, can you see that it's just right in the, aimed at that, getting it really central. And there you go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to arrange them and thread them through. So I've got my ends, so my two North Pole ends. You can leave those blank. You could put a snowflake on, but if you want the North Pole sign, that is in my Elf element set in the shop. I will drop that in. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to get the end of my red thread, which is knotted, always the way. So get the end of your red thread, and we're going to start threading on. So I'm going to fast forward this, but what you've got to do is arrange them and then thread on forward, backwards. So you can do whatever combination of elves you want. So I want that under there. E, Y, T, C, H, R, I, S, T, and now we're ready to start threading. So all you're going to do is thread from the front to the back. So I'm going to start this, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to fast forward it because it's not that interesting. But when you thread through, you want to thread it so that you go through the front and then back through the back. And we're just going to keep going till we've thread them all on. And how did you find that? It's just such a cute and easy project, isn't it? And I've made my banner flags quite small. You can make them tiny. So what would be really nice is to make them really small and make them as a little flag with 2 cocktail sticks or straws, and they can go on your Christmas cake. You can use them for that. You can use them as individual flags and do them sideways. with a cocktail straw on sticker paper, and they can go on cupcakes. So there's so many different ways you can do these. You can do different shapes. I just love that. I think it's a classic bunting banner shape. You can do it the other way, or you can make them bigger and have really big flags. It depends on where you're decorating and what you want to achieve, but it's just a great easy thing to be able to do for parties, anniversaries, baby showers, all sorts. If you haven't seen my naughty and nice scratch cards, I will drop the link above to that so that you can, I don't know which way, so that you can have a go at making your own naughty and nice elf scratch cards. And if you've already downloaded and paid for the extra elements, I think they're £1, then you might as well make these as well. But you know, we're full in elf season, it's magical time of the year. I just love making all the crafts at this time of year. It's just so magical. Let me know how you got on in the comments. Did you have any variations? Please do let me know. So thank you so much for crafting along with me. I will see you next time, and happy crafting.